Find the amount of money Maria would have in the bank if it had paid 5% per annum interest compounded, half-yearly, quarterly, or monthly. And this is the same scenario as in the previous video. Maria was investing $400 for 4 years at 5% interest. But if this is compounded half yearly, what that means is that she's going to get 2.5% every 6 months. That's what it means when we say that the interest is compounded half yearly. It means that after 6 months, she'll earn 2.5% interest on her investment, and then after the next 6 months, she'll earn 2.5% on her investment and the interest that's in there, and continues like this. So, for example, after 6 months, she has $400 times by 1.025, which is 410. And then after 1 year, she's going to have that 410 is going to be increased by 2.5%, and she's going to have $420.25. Now we could go through this process until we get to 4 years, but we could actually instead start with 400, and we're always going to be multiplying by 1.025. But how many times are we going to multiply by that? Well, if it's 4 years in total and she's paid every 6 months, that means she's going to be paid 8 times. So our principal value times by our interest rate, which is half of what the annual rate is, and the power is going to be 8. And this time we get 487.36. When we do it quarterly, that means we're going to get a quarter of the 5%, so that is 1.25%, but this time every 3 months. So that means that after 3 months, we're going to get 400 times by 1.0125, which is 405. After 6 months, that 405 is increased by 1.25%, and we have 410.06. Noticed a little bit more than we had in this case, and it keeps going along that route. But again, we can do this the quick way. 400 is the amount we started with, and we're going to multiply by 1.0125 lots of times. But how many times? Well, we're getting 4 payments every year across 4 years. So in total, that's 16 payments. And when we calculate this one, we get 487.95, and we've made a little bit of extra money by having our interest compounded quarterly. If we do it monthly, then this time we're going to get, well, we're going to have to divide 5% divided by 12 to get how much we get paid each month. So 400 times by, well, 5% divided by 12 is equal to 0.416 recurring percent. So what is that as a decimal? It is 1.00416. Let's say 7. And how many times are we going to be paid this? Well, if it's monthly, we're going to be paid 12 times a year for 4 years. So that's 48 payments in total. And when we calculate that, we get 488.36. and that's a little bit more money again than we had in the previous one. So we can compound more regularly than annually by splitting the annual percentage rate into however many payments we're going to be paid, and then taking it to the power of how many payments there would be across the full time. So that is the number of payments per year multiplied by the number of years.